The two-step equation is when you look at a variable and you go, uh-oh, I don't have one number to get rid of. I've got two numbers to get rid of. So I don't do just one thing on both sides to get rid of one number. I've got to do two things on both sides to get rid of two numbers. That's the reason we call it a two-step equation. So what do you think I'm going to teach you after the two-step equation? Yeah, you'd think it'd be the three-step, and it'd probably be pretty smart to name it that. But after this, we call it multi-steps. Anything that's bigger than two steps, we call it a multi-step equation. Okay? So at this time, though, we're still going to do the same steps we've always done. All right, so I'm going to take a little bit of color right here, and I'm going to find my variable. Does that sound familiar? There is my variable. There's the x. I must get that x all by itself. Now, do you notice that there's a 2 that's multiplying against the x? Do I have to get rid of that 2? Yeah. What else is on the same side as the equal sign? What else is on there, guys? Yeah, it's the 3. But would you all agree with me? The 2 and the 3 have to go. The 2 and the 3 have to go. Would you agree with me? All right, so now I'm going to, if it's okay with you, I'm going to take the color off of the two numbers there for just a second. I just did that to help you see it. What I want you to look at now is very simply, which number do I have to get rid of first? Well, there's a rule. There's a rule, and if you follow this rule, you'll get it right every time. Do you see that the 2 is doing what to the x? We already said it. What's it doing? Multiplying. What's the 3 doing to the x? Subtracting. What's my rule up here? Always get rid of the add or subtract number first. Which number is adding or subtracting, the 2 or the 3? So now all I need you to do is get rid of the 3, and if we add or subtract, we always look to the left and we say, hey, do the opposite, plus 3, yes or no? Now you need to be real careful for this next part. I remember when I got to this part, sometimes I would screw up and I would put plus 3 underneath the 2 and I'd get 5x equals 41. I'd be like, you know what I'm saying? That's bad. That's bad. Because I just added 3 to the left side of the equal sign. Where do I need to put my plus 3 for the second time? To the, yeah, see this equal sign right here? I got to use this right over here. Now, what happens with that 2x? Well, the 2x just falls straight down, kind of like the x used to do, but the 2 fell down with it because we didn't touch it. What happened to negative 3 plus 3? It went away. What happens to the equal sign? Straight down. What's 41 plus 3? Cool. Now, do we still have my variable sitting right there? I didn't mean to put that in red, so I'm going to put it in yellow. Now, ladies and gentlemen, now that I've gotten rid of my add subtract number first, the other number is sitting there, and it's not an add or subtract number. It's either going to be a multiplication or a division. What's the 2 doing, though, to the x? So we just simply say, hey, let me go to red here. Hey, since it's multiplying, we what? Divide. Now, boom, 2 divided by 2 is 1. Oh, creepy 1, creepy 1. Do I have to write the 1 in front of the x? Nah. So the x just comes straight down, and it's by itself, the equal sign. See how it just comes straight down? What's 44 divided by 2? Do we have my variable all by itself? And what's it equal to? 22. Now, just to make sure that we're not forgetting how to check these two-steppers, if I looked at my original equation, it was 2x minus 3 equals 41. That was my original equation, wasn't it? Could you make that x a 22? And what did we say the 2 is doing to the x? Multiplying. So can you all type in 2 times 22, but then don't forget to minus 3, and then see if it actually gets us what it's equal to on the other side. What's it equal to on the other side? Does it equal 41? 2 times 22 is 44. 44 minus 3 is 40. Do we have the right answer, ladies and gentlemen? What do you think of these two-steppers? If you can do a one-stepper, can you do a two-stepper? And in fact, after you start working on two-steppers, most of the time you start feeling better about one-steppers. All right, so now let's come over here to the second one. What is our very first step? We find the variable, and we go, what do I have to get rid of? Well, there's the -5. What's it doing? Multiplying the x. What's the 3 doing? So because those two numbers are on the same side of the equal sign as the variable, I got to get rid of those two numbers. Which one do we have to get rid of first? Any number that is adding or subtracting. So which number is adding and subtracting? 3. So since it's adding or subtracting, we look what direction? Left. What is the opposite of that sign? Minus. Now, take this and go to the other side of the equal sign. Don't put it on the -5. We got to go to the other side of the equal sign. And now we just let math play out here. The -5 times x is not used, so that comes down. This cancels. The equal sign comes down. And now, anytime that you've got a negative number on top, like -12, and it's minusing 3, I want you to play this out in your scenario. Bob gives out money to his friends. His friends are jerks. They never pay Bob back. Bob has already loaned them $12. What's Bob's jerky friend going to be called? Give me a name. What? Money grabber? No, give me an actual name. What's Bob's? Derek? Did you, Jonas? My son's name John. I'm not gonna. Jonas. We'll call it Jonas. All right. So Jonas shows up to Bob and he goes, "You got $3?" And Bob's like, "Yeah. Can I borrow it?" Is what Jonas says. And Bob is a nice guy and he gives Jonas $3. Has he already loaned out $12 though? How much money has Bob given out? $15 now. So how do I show that he has lost $15? -15. Now, could you all please go to your calculator right now and just type in -12 minus 3? Because this scenario right here, so many times people go 12 minus 3, it's 9. Do you understand what I'm saying? They say it's 9, and then that screws up the problem. So I need you to think, whenever you see a negative number and we're subtracting from it, I need you to think of this Bob scenario. If he keeps giving out money, and then he's going to give out more money, and he's going to be out even more money, because Jonas is a jerk. Jonas will not pay back Bob. Now, at this point, does that make sense? Did you get -15 on your calculators? All right, so you have to make sure that you don't make that mistake there. And now we still see that we have my x right there, and it's still crowded. It's got -5, and it's right up against it. What's that mean? Multiplication? So what is the exact opposite of multiplication? And that's where we're free to just say, hey, divide by -5. What's -5 divided by -5? Creepy 1. And we could put the 1 there, but do we really need to put the 1 there? We don't need it. So just the x is there. And now what do we do to the other side? So -5 divided by, excuse me, -15 divided by -5 is +3. How many people are going, I'm getting it. I'm getting it. We getting it? All right. So let's come on down to the last two. We're not going to be scared about it. What we're going to do is we're going to focus on what is happening and the way that it is looking. Now look, that is a W, and the 4 is right there with it. So I don't say W over 4. I'm going to say, so guys, here you go. So I've got the phone call out of the way. This is a W, and what's happening with the 4 and the W? W divided by 4. And what's this sign? Plus 10. So what's the 4 doing? Divided. What's the 10 doing? Adding. Now listen, if you try to get rid of the 4 first, if you try to get rid of that division number first, you're going to screw it up. What's the rule for these two steppers? You always get rid of what type of number first? Adding or subtracting. Oh, there's my adding number. Do we have an adding subtract number? Yes, the 10. So look to the left. All right. You just look to the left. And that lets you be able to go, hey, -10. Now, you don't have to draw the little arrow there. That's just for notes. I'm just kind of helping you see where to look. Now, you don't put the -10 under the 4. We got to go to the other side of the equal sign. We're going to say, hey, -10. So W divided by 4 drops straight down. This cancels. What's positive 10 minus 10? 0. And then what's 60 minus 10? 50. So do we still have my variable crowded by a number? So what do we do to get rid of a divide by 4? We multiply it. So I'm going to kind of squeeze this in right here. There's the 4, knocking that one out. I'm going to put the 4 right over here, and we get W equals what? 200. If you want, you can test it. All right, let's go on over here to the very, very last one. Here's your n. N is being what by negative 3? Divided. Those fractions are showing division. N is being divided by negative 3. What's the 7 doing to it? Subtracting, and we always get rid of our add subtract number first. So you have a choice. We have a choice. We have a choice right here. Which number do you get rid of first? If you screw it up, you get into bad territory and you will not recover unless you go back to the very beginning and start all over again. Okay? Now, if we just go ahead and say, hey, times by negative 3, don't write this one down. Have I already screwed up? Yeah. And then if I times this side by negative 3, I'm like, yeah, there we go. See, I'm a genius. And then I say plus 7, plus 7. Do you see how easy it is to go, hey, n equals what? Negative 2. And you walk away going, I'm so smart, don't you? And I don't mean that in a bad way, but don't you feel good about it? Yeah, I did it to both sides. Yeah, right? Well, here's the problem. What's negative 2 divided by negative 3? Kind of nasty. And then subtract 7. Do you get positive 3? No. So that's what I'm trying to worry you, to make sure that you're aware of. When you see that you've got 2 numbers to get rid of, you better find out what's happening first. And if one of them is adding and subtracting, you have to get rid of that one first. So there it is. There's your 7. So let's go rid of this one right here. We look to the left and we say plus 7. We go to the other side and we say what? Plus 7. What happens right here? I didn't touch it. So what happens to it? It just falls down. This cancels and we get 10. So now we have our n right here, and we have our division number. What do I do to get rid of the negative 3 now? Yeah, the same thing that we were doing earlier, right? Whenever we were doing it out of order. And we get this one right here, and we get n equals what? Negative 30. And we can box that in, and can we test it? Let's just go test it. Like this n right here would be what? Negative 30? Whoops. I'll put an n underneath it. What should be underneath that negative 30? What should it be right there? Negative 3 minus 7. Hey guys, what's negative 30 divided by negative 3? 10. What's 10 minus 7? Did it work? So anytime that you want to know, did you get it right? You can pop your answer back into the equation, run it through that one side of the calculator with that number that now you have for the letter, and see if it actually equals the other side. And you can know 100% whether or not you've got it right or you've got it wrong. Do you feel like you can do these two-steppers now? All right. So I'm going to end the video right now. It's 13 minutes because we took it slow. But remember, what type of number do you get rid of first? Add or subtract number, the same way you always have. And then remember this, ladies and gentlemen, after you get rid of that first number, make sure you always do that same thing. You jump across to the other side of the equal sign to do the same thing. All right, good luck.